Now, if you saw my last video, you know that I was extremely upset about the situation that happened. And I also said that my great-granddad was turning 110. It turns out that the more that I go back on my family tree, the more that I'm finding out that we'd actually been crypto-Jews for longer than I thought. And because the anti-Semitism was just so terrible that, for lack of a better term, I mean, we felt like we had to be crypto-Jews, and based on the, how do I put this, based on the way that I was seeing things, you know, we definitely, I can't even describe it. I mean, let me even just give you an idea. If I go into a map and Google where great-granddad Zarnecki's grandmother, the one who was a Danilovich, was born, so let's see, if I go to Krasny, Poland, it's going to be near Krasnopol. And so just keep that in mind, Krasnopol, Poland. She was born there. So great-granddad Zarnecki's granddad was also born there. So we go from Krasnopol to Makova Roda. Back then, okay, so if you drive, it's going to be either 16 minutes or 13 minutes. Well, they weren't exactly driving cars back then. Okay, so let's say that they had something even, you know, like a prototype of a bike. How long would that take? Well, if you're a pretty good biker, apparently 23 minutes, but I don't think most people would have even been biking back then. Now let's go and do what it was like if they were walking. That's more accurate, about 1 hour and 32 minutes. Why would you have to get married an hour and 32 minutes away if there's a church in Krasny, which, you know, I'm pretty sure there is, or at least there's something. Now let's go from Krasny, let's go from Makovoroda to Vigry, which is where she was baptized. And from there to there, if you just walk, it can either be an hour and 45 minutes or an hour and 57 minutes. And I got a translation of the baptism record, and this will show you that she was definitely crypto-Jewish, and she was definitely, I mean, she had stuff to hide from, for lack of a better term, the regular Poles and Russians. Because remember, she was a Polish-Russian Jew, and so were her parents, and I mean, she couldn't have done the thing the first time, but she certainly did it the second time, and that was really because, you know, her life was at stake. And let me, as I said, let me read what the transcription of the baptism record says. If you go to her parents, or if you go to her, now let's go to her. Originally, I had been under the impression that she was born in 1843, but that's what her wedding record said. She was really born on October 26, 1838. So, if you go to her profile, it says, okay, so we go to the baptism record, and here's the transcription, because the guy translated it for me. And it says, okay, here we go. Referring to the baptism, this occurred in Vigry on the 27th of December, 1843, at midday. Wojciech Danilovich appeared, age 50, a farmer residing in the village of Krasny, in the presence of, there were two witnesses, both age 60, residing in Vigry, and presented us a child of the female gender who was born on the 26th of October, 1838, at 8 a.m. to his wife, Mariana Ni Krasinska, age 40. This certificate is drawn up in the not proper place because of the negligence of the parents. At holy baptism administered on this day, this child was given the name of Katarzyna, and the godparents were, they say who the godparents are, both from Krasny. This document was read to those present and was signed by us. The father and the witnesses do not know how to write. And then, of course, I made some notes that would have been very significant, because a lot of the times the Haredi men did not know how to write in the, for lack of a better term, the Gentile languages, if they knew how to write at all. And not only that, but 5 years, or almost 5 years, it's pretty significant. And So she had never been given a name before, apparently, or she was given a name. It was a Hebrew or Yiddish name, which never would have been said. Because would they want the priest to know? They'd get in real trouble what they did. And then, so let's go back and read the wedding record again. This is I got it from the same guy. Oh, no. I got this one from my cousin. I take that back. I got this one from one of my cousins. So the transcription reads, Matskova Ruda, or Bachkova Ruda, one of the two. Anyway, February 6, 1860, 4 p.m. This is to announce that in the presence of witnesses, it talks about one of the uncles, and then it talks about, okay, both 40 years of age. A religious marriage was solemnized today by the undersigned priest between Antoni Czerniecki, bachelor from Machkova Ruda, living with his parents, born in Krasny, to Pavel and Dominika Niewieszbinska, and the spouse is Czerniecki, age 20, and Katarzyna Danilovichona, spinster, daughter of Wojciech and Mariana Kruszinska. The spouse is Danilovich, age 17, born and resident in Krasny. The marriage was preceded by 3 bands, the first on the 15th, the second on the 22nd, and the third on the 22nd of January this year at the you know what I mean. Okay, no impediment to marriage has been shown to exist. The newlyweds hereby declare that they have not signed a prenuptial agreement. The certificate has been read to all the participants and witness, all of whom are illiterate, and signed by us. Okay, so I talk about the parish priest. Well, again, now it's saying that everybody's illiterate, and only said that the dad and the 2 witnesses beforehand were illiterate. And not only that, but they're saying, no, we didn't sign a prenuptial agreement, read Ketubah. Not only that, but then remember that they said that, okay, she's 17, really, she would have been, okay, let's see, that's February. Okay, so they alleged she was born in 1843. Actually, they were being accurate to what they thought. They would have said 16. So really, she was 21 at the time. She was going to turn 22. And they also said that 3 marriage bans happened. The first on the 15th, the second on the 22nd, and the third on the 22nd of January this year. Okay, so apparently they didn't sign a ketubah. Apparently everybody was illiterate this time. Apparently great-granddad Czerniecki's grandmother was only 17. By the way, they're getting married in a town that's an hour and 45 minutes away. Oh, my bad. Vigry's whatever minutes away. Let me put in Machkova Ruda just to show you too. Okay, so if you're going from Krasny to Vigry to Machkova Ruda, okay, basically, let me see, there's another way I can do this, but okay, so in any case, the way that Google gives it, you are getting married roughly 3 hours and 19 minutes away from home, okay? And so you just remove Krasny. Okay, if you walk from Vigry to Machkova Ruda, an hour and 35 minutes away. So, and let me see, they say, do you mean a different Vigry? Okay, there's really not a different Vigry. So, you have what you have. And all those facts lead up to, yeah, they definitely had something to hide. And as I said, and I even said this in my Facebook status and on a previous video, I said basically my great-granddad had to go through all that during the pogroms, and that's part of what affected him to want to commit suicide. And we can also see that his grandmother certainly went through this. We don't need more Jews that have Messianic Judaism forced on them. If they want to become Messianic Jews or believing Jews or Jesus believing Jews or whatever else you want to call Messianic Jews, they'll make that decision. But if you proselytize, if you cause the name of Yeshua to be blasphemed, if you just do what is totally contrary to what Messianic Judaism is supposed to be about, as I said, I got 2 words for you. Piss off.